Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Nikhil, and today I will be talking to you regarding the preparation for next 2 years. I am presuming here that you are absolute beginners and you want to appear for UPSC CSC 2027. Today we have the month of November. We are presuming that you will be writing mains in about September 2027. तो हमारे पास 2 साल है. So what we shall be discussing is a broad idea of if you are a serious candidate, how you should go about for next 2 years. That is our basic agenda. I hope that all of us are on same page and we are all beginners. Now, is there anybody who has already started preparation a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, 1 year ago? If yes, you can type in the chat box. This session will be highly interactive. So, or else if you are a totally newcomer, you can type that also. Not yet, not yet. Okay. Dell has started something earlier. Okay. What about you, Divya, Saurabh, Riya, Yukti, Marut, Anushka? So, beginners. Perfect. Very good. Now, let me very briefly tell you the outline of what I'm going to speak. Initially, we will try to decode what is the nature of exam, what is the expectation of UPSC, and why it is misconceived or misperceived and therefore becomes unnecessarily difficult when it is not so. After doing that section, we move to two simple parts, exam के stages and how should your next 2 years का schedule look like. आपका 2 साल का प्लान कैसे दिखे, किस फेज में आपको क्या पढ़ना है. That will be quite stage wise or phase wise plan. Once that is done, we go to the main part of our discussion. I have divided those aspects that you should keep note of, you should keep conscious of in 4 parts. एक at the level of subject matter, how to handle such a huge content. दूसरा है at the level of process. While processing through all these things, what things you should keep in mind. तीसरा है what are the skills that are required to clear the exam with good marks. And चौथा है what kind of mindset is required. And once that is done, you can ask any other question also. We'll be open for discussion. So, acha, started preparation months before. Okay, so those of you who are absolute beginners will benefit a lot. Those of you who have started a few months ago will also find more than 60-70% things here very useful. Okay, okay, we have a lot of students joining now. I think I started a couple of minutes earlier than scheduled. Anyway, let us begin. What I want to discuss first are the two major paradoxes. Dekho, whenever you want to start for preparation of UPSC, you should know three things. Three things. First is know your exam, know your syllabus, know your objective to be achieved. वो exam क्या है? दूसरा है know yourself. So know your syllabus, know yourself. ये एक बहुत major aspect and we'll focus on both of them. There are two other things also beyond this. Know your system, which you want to join, and know your society for which you want to join. But ये aspects थोड़े से हम ज़्यादा discuss नहीं करते. If you're interested, we can discuss them at the end. My primary focus is know your exam and know yourself. यहाँ पे रहेगा. अब when you talk of know your exam, there are generally uh, Dhirendra Singh Negi, I'll take such questions which are very subject specific after some time. And give me some initial moments to discuss some broad themes. Then, if you want, we can go into subject specific things also. Okay. So, पहली बात तो I want to discuss two paradoxes, and these are very serious paradoxes in our understanding. एक तो UPSC appears to be very tough, and at the same time, it is very easy. Why is it tough? It is primarily because of the statistics, the analytics, that so many lakh people fill the form, so many thousand people clear the prelims and appear for mains, only 3,000, 2,500 log give interview, and only 1,000 get selected, of which not even 100 are IAS, not even 10 get their home cadre, etc. So that number is very, uska selection ratio is very precarious. And therefore, statistically, it is one of the toughest exams. If you go to IIT preparation, you will see that इससे कई अच्छे numbers वहाँ पे selection ratio के हो जाते हैं. If you apply to Harvard, if you apply to Stanford, I had applied in some of the top universities, I got through. वहाँ पे जाना बड़ा आसान है. But to get into UPSC, CSE, statistical is more difficult, so it is the toughest exam. That is on one side. But if you open the books, if you read geography की NCERT, 11th and 12th standard, if you Lakshmikant is basic polity, basic constitution. There is not a single subject in UPSC for which you need a very high intellect. No concept in the syllabus is too difficult to understand. So academic standard of the depth of the exam is not very deep. Isko samjho. So this is a kind of a paradox that on one side you have massively disproportionate statistics. On the other side, you have very easy syllabus. If that is so, why is it difficult for us to complete the thing and appear for the exam with full preparation? एक तो है कि it's a long cycle over 2 years with limited seats, that I understand. But उससे भी important ज़्यादा है that there is a misconception about UPSC. एक बात समझो, यूपीएससी सीएसई is not the exam to check your academic intellect. UPSC CSE is not the exam to see how scholar you are. Unlike IIT JEE or NEET or CUET, which are admissions exam, which are entrance exams, UPSC is a recruitment exam. Now, what is the difference? In the entrance exam, it is the scholarly approach. In the recruitment exam, it is not about whether you are a scholar or not. It's primarily about how much suitable you are for that job for which you are getting recruited. ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Now, once you understand the difference, you know that there are many candidates which are IIT toppers, JEE toppers, या उनके academic career काफी flying होता है, but when they come for UPSC, CSE preparation, they start fumbling. And there are many students जिनसे आप अपेक्षा भी नहीं करते कि भाई ये क्या निकालेगा, वो IAS बन जाता है. Why? UPSC is not testing your academic credentials alone. It is testing something else as well. और वो क्या है वो समझने के लिए you should understand the nature of exam. It's a recruitment exam. It takes your suitability for the post. Now, let us look at this category of various recruitment exams. Within that, you will see that you have a recruitment exam for Group C also, Group B also, and Class 1 officer also. उसमें फर्क होता है. I'll tell you the story from my state. I come from Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, I have seen some questions in the state PC examination, which I cannot even imagine UPSC would ask ever. जैसे कि आई सीन एग्जांपल ऑफ क्वेश्चन की व्हाट वाज द एज ऑफ देवानंद व्हेन ही डाइड. ऑप्शंस कुड बी 86, 87, 88, 89, इतने क्लोज ऑप्शन. और व्हाट इज द लेंथ ऑफ द वर्ली सी लिंक इन मुंबई? 5.5 किलोमीटर्स, 5.6 किलोमीटर्स, 5.7 किलोमीटर्स, 5.8 किलोमीटर्स, इवन क्लोज ऑप्शंस. अब इसको कैसे, जो बंदा यूपीएससी की तैयारी करता है ना, इसमें पक्का फेल होगा. और जो इसमें पास होता है, हिज एप्टीट्यूड वुड नॉट बी सुटेबल फॉर यूपीएससी एप्टीट्यूड. फर्क है, क्योंकि वो एग्जाम जो है, इट इज रिक्रूटिंग पीपल एट डिफरेंट लेवल. एट दैट लेवल जहां पे आपको मे बी यू नीड टू हैव मोर फैक्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, नीड टू हैव मोर specific memory of specific clauses and sub clauses, etc. It's a clerical level. But if you are appearing for UPSC CSE to want to be class 1 officer, यहाँ पे रिक्वायरमेंट अलग है. यहाँ पे आपको क्लर्क नहीं बनना है, साहब बनना है. And in that becoming of Sahab, you need to have the visualization power, the power of imagination, power of decision making, power of quick comprehension, intuitive understanding, grasp of the situation, pressure handling. ये चीजें हैं. अब ये चीजें आप चेक कैसे करोगे एग्जाम में? You can't have the syllabus का टॉपिक how to handle pressure, लिखो 1 2 3 4 4, ऐसे नहीं होता है. You can't have syllabus का टॉपिक जहां पे they can say that with limited data, limited time, high pressure, how would you solve some problem? It becomes academic again. वो नहीं है यूपीएससी का. यूपीएससी का अप्रोच क्या है? यूपीएससी is testing you not only through subjects but also through process. The process which is divided over 2 years. The process which has multiple tiers. In every tier, different type of skill and ability is being tested. And the syllabus is so vast that you will never feel that I have completed everything. The pressure would be very high. Time will always be lacking. उस समय आप कैसे परफॉर्म करते हो? That is what UPSC is taking. I'll give an analogy also. My favorite analogy. Let us say you are an IPS officer. You are an IPS officer posted in a district as SP of district. and there is some त्योहार का मौसम, half of your staff छुट्टी पे कहीं गया हुआ है, दिन भर आपने बहुत काम किया हुआ है, एंड राइट सोने को जाते हो, 2 बजे कॉल आता है कि बगल वाले गांव में राइट्स हो गए हैं, इमीडिएटली आ जाओ, सीरियस इशू. The moment you receive call, you have to take some action. Now understand the context. You have lack of people, and those you have are not trained. Even if they are trained, they are tired because of the duty. Then you have lack of resources. Then you have lack of information. Don't know who is attacking whom, how many people are involved, what is the whole thing. You have zero idea. Data नहीं है, resources नहीं है, time भी नहीं है. You have to respond. Pressure is very high and not responding is not an option. लोगों की जान जा सकती है. How do you take decisions immediately? This is what is the simulation of UPSC examination. UPSC is not asking you to prepare for the exam. Through the exam preparation, UPSC is asking you to become officer-like, to develop the qualities of officer. The moment you understand that, ये सारे problems होते हैं ना कि you will ask not only questions कि how to take notes of Lakshmikant, how to write case studies of ethics, बस उसकी बात नहीं करोगे. You will also start asking other processual questions, which are ingrained skills, and that is where the difference is between the topper and the one who is not selected. So that is my first thing. It is easiest and toughest at the same time. But the moment you understand, you are not preparing for the exam alone, you are preparing to become an officer. Then this paradox goes away. Now, let me discuss the other thing, other paradox. More information and leading to even more confusion. Now, this is another major issue that has started to occur in the recent time. With the explosion of the internet and social media and AI, nowadays, information is not a problem. You even have many more coaching institutes, lot of books, many notes, Telegram के videos. इतना ज़्यादा data है कि उससे rather than helping us, it is getting us more confused. करे क्या? Which ones to select? Every time you pick up a book, लगता है कि confidence नहीं आता. वो वाला रह गया तो उस किताब में कुछ अच्छा है तो if you join one test series, you are again confused. Okay, उस test series में क्या paper है? वो निकाल के देख लो. So that creates a problem that you get drawn into the sea ocean of data and there is confusion. You have no clarity what to do. ये जनरली शुरुआत में तो बहुत होता है and the question goes beyond कौन सी कोचिंग लगाओ और कौन सी किताब पढ़ूं. You have all the things available and that has created more confusion. The solution is to understand that it's not about coaching, it's not about strategy, it's not about books, it's about first and foremost the fundamentals. देखो मार्केट डायनामिक्स समझो, इट्स अ कैपिटलिज्म. यहाँ पे every institute would want to launch a new course and new product all the time and create some kind of fear mongering, and the course would be cheaper perhaps or costlier. They would be having brand value, they would have some fear propaganda mechanism. पता नहीं क्या क्या करते रहेंगे और ये पहले से चलते आ रहा है. So everything appears to be so essential that we don't know what is actually essential. तो उसे नजर हट जाती है. तो my suggestion is that you have to understand, irrespective of market dynamics, fundamentals of exam do not change. They require basic fundamental skills of knowledge and other abilities. The OLQs, officer-like qualities, they don't change. हाँ, market को छोड़ दे, content को छोड़ दे. Then is UPSC changing? Yes, UPSC evolves. But to understand how UPSC evolves, you need to have fundamental clarity first. वो तो नेक्स्ट लेवल है. तीसरी चीज है जो बदल रही है वो है आप लोग. द स्टूडेंट प्रोफाइल इज चेंजिंग एवरी ईयर, स्पेशली 25, 26, 27 में जो बच्चे आ रहे हैं, दे हैव two characteristics which were not there earlier. These students are born in the 21st century, they are Gen Z, and secondly, in their school or college days खास करके, they have seen the COVID years. So there are certain lacunas at the level of fundamental skill development. So Gen Z plus COVID experience has created certain additional problems for both students and teachers. तो उससे थोड़ा fundamental काम ज़्यादा करना पड़ता है. So rather than getting drawn into sea of data and coaching and institutes and courses and books, focus on fundamentals. Even though UPSC is changing, it changes slowly. Content doesn't change. Fundamentals of exam and officers quality never change. So you have to have that focus on fundamentals. Once you do that, then this paradox also gets resolved. Now, I will, Rajkumar, please wait for some time. I will discuss every single thing. ठीक है? MacBook is asking how to make notes. I'll come to that. एक एक करके आते हैं. ठीक है? Please give me some time. I can't change the flow of my thought only because you can pop up random questions at every place. थोड़ा प्रोसेस के साथ जाते हैं. We'll cover all the doubts. This seminar will not stop till the time your doubts are resolved. So don't worry. Now, ये तो everybody understands. We have exam के 3 stages. That is very basic: prelims, mains, and interview. But what I want to discuss is that there is some difference in them. It's not only the syllabus; it's also the testing pattern. Prelims में you have 2 hours, very less scope of going wrong. It's like a one-day match. It's like a one-day match. बस 2 घंटे में और प्लस 2 घंटे, दोनों पेपर 4 घंटे में. It's intense, very intense regime of one single day under pressure, and you have very less chance of going wrong. तो वो वहां पे चेक होता है. Under pressure, how do you buckle or not? In case of mains, it is like a test cricket. आपका पूरा हफ्ता टेस्ट मैच चल रहा है धीरे धीरे. That is also important. In interview, it is T20. तो आपको वनडे में भी महारत हासिल करनी है, इन टेस्ट मैच ऑल्सो एंड T20 ऑल्सो. Interview goes for 25 minutes, 27 minutes, 30 minutes, rarely 35 minutes, extremely rarely 35 minutes. Generally 20 to 30 में खत्म हो जाता है. It's like T20. हर सवाल से गाड़ी यहाँ से वहां हो सकती है. So every single stage has its own peculiarity. हमारा डर क्या होता है, पहले प्री तो निकाल लूं, फिर मेंस का देखा जाए. It doesn't work that way. Mains requires longer preparation time than prelims. एंड देन हम सोचते हैं इंटरव्यू तो चलो आखिरी स्टेज है तब देखा जाएगा. इट इज एक्चुअली द एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट. इंटरव्यू स्टेज रिक्वायर्स द मैक्सिमम ड्यूरेशन ऑफ प्रिपरेशन बिकॉज इट रिक्वायर्स द फंडामेंटल चेंज इन द personality altogether. So my suggestion to all of you who are beginning right now that you should have your eyes set on all the 3 stages from day one. All the 3 stages. Actively you may be preparing for pre-com mains. Actively a polity पढ़ रहे ordinance for example. But while studying ordinance, you need to have the idea कि pre में on ordinance what kind of questions are asked. In mains, what kind of questions are asked. And in interview, अगर पूछे PT में, तो how can you have the how can I articulate my opinion about that? So every topic that you study, you have to understand from different lenses. Its application is different in different stages. But the fundamental point is interview takes longest preparation. From day one, you should start thinking like an officer. That is another thing. Now come to the one basic thing. How does the 2-year timeline look like? Before we go into specific do's and don'ts. Now, this is the month of November. You have 2 years. Generally, you will see that it takes about 1 year to finish your GS foundation. आप खुद से करो, कोचिंग के साथ करो, जैसे भी करो, but it takes 1 year. Irrespective of the background, you may have some background in some subject, etc. 1 साल लगेगा. So if you start now in November, December, maybe by the end of 2026, you would be finished with GS foundation completely. There is other thing, you have to also do optional subject. So the optional subject takes ले देके 6 months. Some people say कि ये 3 महीने में हो जाएगा, नहीं होता. No subject is doable in 3 months. Maybe you can revise some things later on very quickly. But by and large, any optional which optional requires BA plus MA minus level understanding. BA से ऊपर, MA से नीचे. It takes about 6 months. जो लोग वहाँ पे 4 साल में पढ़ते हैं, आपको यहाँ पे 6 महीने लग जाते हैं. So my suggestion is that if you start now in the month of November, 1 महीना आगे पीछे, you take 1 year in which for 1 entire year you do GS and also overlapping with it in the later 6 months, not in the initial perhaps, later 6 months, from June to December, you can do optional. By the time the year of 2026 is over, you enter 2027, you go to next phase. In the next phase, we study the prelims and CSAT. So for about 4 to 6 months before the examination of prelims in 2027, you should prepare for prelims and CSAT. And then comes the mains ka round again. That is after the prelims. वो 3 महीने का आता है. So the first phase is of 1 year in which you prepare thoroughly for both pre and mains for GS and optional. The second phase of 4 to 5 to 6 months, depending on आपका कितना duration है, you have to prepare only for prelims, and third stage again only for mains. तो मेन पॉइंट इज यहां से लेके अगले 13-14 महीने आपको प्री और मेंस जीएस ऑप्शनल दोनों करना है, एंड विद इन दैट यू हैव एन आइडिया, यू शुड हैव एन आइडिया व्हेन आई से करना है मतलब क्या करना है. कंप्लीटिंग सिलेबस, हैविंग शॉर्ट नोट्स, being able to solve all the PYQs in prelims, and having written at least 50 to 100 questions minimum every 3 months इन सब्जेक्टिव मैनर. तो एक साल में आपको कम से कम 300-400 सवाल लिख के हो जाने चाहिए. बाय द टाइम यू डू दैट ओनली देन यू कैन कॉल कि मैंने तैयारी करी हुई है. अब हाउ टू डू दैट, हाउ टू हैंडल ऑल दिस कंटेंट, ऑल दिस पेपर्स ऑफ GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, इतना एक्सपेंसिव मास एटसेट्रा, उसको हम आगे बढ़ते. बट आर यू क्लियर अबाउट टाइमलाइन? लेट मी नो दैट. अपूर्वा, दिव्या, ऋषिता, तमन्ना, इज द टाइमलाइन वेरी क्लियर? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. If you are a student who is in college right now, or if you are a working professional, then the things change a little bit. You cannot do both the things at the same time. So I would say, पहले GS Foundation ये optional में से एक कर लो, and then do the other thing. You have to sequence them properly because you can't give the entire day. दिन में अगर आप 4 ही घंटे दे पाते हो पढ़ाई के लिए, तो do one thing at a time, not both the things. ठीक है? Okay. बिकॉज विद द रेगुलर कॉलेज, जनरली कॉलेज में क्या होता है, फर्स्ट ईयर में यू आर न्यू टू द कॉलेज लाइफ, सेकेंड ईयर यू स्टार्ट टू सी लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज, बट यू ऑल्सो वांट टू डू यूपीएससी सीएससी. जनरली कॉलेज कल्चर मैंने देखा है, लोग चुपके से तैयारी करते, खुलेआम तो नहीं करते. दे वांट टू कीप थिंग्स सीक्रेट. सो यू गो इन द हॉस्टल रूम इन द इवनिंग, एंड सुबह उठ के रात को चुपके से वीडियो पे क्लास करते हो आप. ये मैंने बहुत आम देखा है आजकल. एनी विच वे आप जैसे भी करो, क्लास बंक करके करो, सुबह करो, रात को करो, मेन पॉइंट इज that you need to give at least 3 to 4 hours every single day on the weekdays, and double the time on the weekends. Then only you will be able to finish on time. That is very important. ठीक है. Last year, Maria, you also have a lot of other things also. So 4 घंटे हर दिन निकालना is necessary. See, in 4 घंटे you have 2-2.5 घंटे का class. You get only 1 or 2 hours to read newspaper and do some revision. So you have to do it very properly. Now let us cover those things one by one. How to start from scratch. I am not gonna go into right now in specific subject or specific notes, book, etc. Through your questions, we can cover that. What I want to cover is actually a broad philosophy first. What happens generally? So I'll be sharing you what I have seen throughout the years. I can discuss syllabus threadbare. That is not a point. My first and foremost suggestion to all of you is to take the printout of the syllabus, not in the PDF format. Take the printout and paste it in front of your study table on the wall. Read it every single day. The sooner you mug up the syllabus, better it is, because that lens has to be internalized before you read anything, before you watch. There are a lot of teachers who sometimes teach very nonsense things. How do you know what to filter out? You can't rely on all the teachers. You can't trust every teacher by default. Some teachers are good, some are possibly not that good. So जब तक आपने सिलेबस को रटा नहीं है, you don't know कि सामने जो बात हो रही है मेरे काम की है कि हवाबाजी है, बेकार है. When you read a newspaper, which news to read, which not to read, notes किसके निकालूं, सबके लिए you need to know syllabus properly. If you know syllabus properly, you can filter out lot of unnecessary data and focus on what is essential. So first and foremost is अगर कुछ memorize करना है, syllabus करो. It is your Gita, Quran, Bible, सब कुछ. That is one. Secondly, let me go through these processes. That would be much better thing. What I will do now is I will discuss in 4 parts all the processes and challenges. And these challenges I have culled out by talking to people over last 15 years. Challenges about how to handle such a vast content. Second challenge, which come not subject specific, but they come at the level of process, how to process everything. तीसरी बात है, which I think is more important, we lack some study skills and we need to focus on them. So study skill will be third part, and the fourth part is becoming even more important nowadays, right mindset. So we'll focus on one by one each of them, the content, the process, the study skills and the mindset required to clear the UPSC exam. पहली बात है कंटेंट के बारे में. ओवर collecting material, under processing it, ये बहुत ही आम problem है with most of students, that they have greed of having more data, more knowledge. Do not do that. I am one of those people who love knowledge. Rather, I sometimes think कि यूपीएससी करने का मेरे लिए सिर्फ बहाना था. I was more interested in a socially accepted manner of living life in which I can keep reading. तो मैंने बहुत पढ़ लिया. I have more than 1000 books in my library. But later on, you understand gradually that this exam, as I said, is not academic exam. You don't need to be the smartest kid in the classroom to clear the exam academically. You need to understand the need of the job and need of the exam. It's not about having more knowledge. It's not about having more knowledge. आप जैसे ही पढ़ाई शुरू करते हो, you start buying lot of books, buying lot of notes. अब you have to primarily keep the sources limited. ये पहली बात. दूसरी बात, when you keep the sources limited, which sources? Every coaching institute creates its notes. So you have NCERTs, then you have some basic books, and then you have class notes. If you just add them up, in itself, it becomes a huge mass, right? So let me discuss class notes for a moment. Class notes के बारे में I would request you to be very, very careful. Reason being, over last few years, there has emerged a new culture in this coaching industry called as SME, Subject Matter Expert. ये पहले नहीं होता था. About a decade ago, when I used to prepare, we had teachers taking efforts to create their own content. Teachers खुद जाके पढ़ते थे, रेफरेंस बुक से अच्छी चीजें निकाल के लाते थे, खुद आंसर लिखते थे, बाद में वो छपता था. So that was the content. Teacher created content. Now those days are generally gone from many, not every institute, but in many institutes ऐसे नहीं होता है. Now teachers are just deliverer of content. They perform on stage, they teach. They don't prepare the content. Content team अलग होती है. It is led by subject matter. अब problem इसमें ये हो जाता है, the people who are creating content don't know how to teach, and people who are teaching don't know what content to teach. तो ये जो स्पेशलाइजेशन हुआ है, इससे बहुत नुकसान हुआ है. So when you buy any coaching notes or when you join any coaching, you first inquire always कि what your material you are giving to us, is it teacher created or some content expert created? You should trust more the teacher than the other people who have not been teachers. That is about coaching institutes. But apart from that, basic books and NCERTs are always fundamental. दूसरी बात ये आती है, how to do value addition. Because UPSC keeps adding certain new things every time. So what I would say is that don't do content enrichment in the first go. First, read everything properly. Then in the second reading, when you have seen the questions, and if you find that questions cannot be completely answered from the books or your notes, only then add that much content. That is called value addition. Value addition का पहला और आखिरी मकाम उतना ही है that you should be able to answer all the PYQs properly. So basic books, having double checked the coaching notes, keeping sources limited, and value addition in light of the PYQs. This is how you will able to manage the content. Don't try to build a library, not required. Not required at all. Now, second point, fundamentals are important. As I said that don't go beyond shiny things. Fundamentals मतलब दो तीन चीजें हैं. पहली बात तो fundamental subjects, history, polity, geography, economy. These are the four fundamental subjects. Fundamental क्यों? Because they are there in prelims also and in mains also. That is one. Secondly, without understanding these four subjects, you can't understand the second order subjects like polity नहीं समझा है, governance नहीं समझोगे. If you not understand the economy के basics, agriculture नहीं समझोगे. If you not understand other aspects, social justice नहीं समझोगे. So you have to finish these four subjects first, which are common to every stage and also fundamental of the remaining preparation. Now, how much time does it take to cover these subjects? Minimum 4 to 5 months. Minimum 4 to 5 months. It can go up to 6 months also, which is totally fine. अगर आपने 6 महीने लेके हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, पॉलिटी, इकोनॉमी thoroughly अच्छे से किया है, by which I mean you can answer the last 10 years questions, then you are in a very, very good condition. अभी November 2025 है. If by June 26 you can just finish these 4 subjects, nothing else. It is a very good position to be in. Matlab, you are actually at the front line. Front line. Trust me on that. Okay? So that is one. Now fundamentals are in. Third point is PYQs are the key to understand UPSC's mind. Syllabus जो होता है, syllabus gives you a horizontal coverage of syllabus. UPSC expert क्या करती है? But depth is known to us only and only through PYQs because a syllabus point can be studied in a very very superficial way, very perfunctory manner, very cosmetic manner, or it can be studied in a very deep academic manner. तो यूपीएससी को अगर आप पीवाई को ठीक से मैप करो, what you will see is that in some topics it wants to go much deeper, in some topics it is repeating itself again and again and again and again. तो पैटर्न समझना बहुत जरूरी है. I have had discussions in the past with people who used to set UPSC question papers also, and I was very curious, paper set कैसे होता है, process क्या होती है, who are these people setting the paper? So what I could understand basically कि they select the academias से ही अच्छे लोग from across India, Central University and State University also. They are asked to come to UPSC for workshops. They are given some basics and they produce question bank. That question bank undergoes multiple iterations through multiple workshops, finally from which they select the question paper. So my main point here is that UPSC के जो instructions है उसके अनुसार PYQ के themes repeat होना जरूरी है, structural necessity है. So you should focus on PYQ a lot. Secondly, कई बार जो क्वेश्चन आता है वो पुराने क्वेश्चन का उल्टा वर्जन, आधा वर्जन, अधूरा वर्जन होता है. So if you know the question asked previously, you know the direction of thought that you need to take in the answer. Fundamental point is PYQs is the key to the UPSC's mind. उसके बिना आगे नहीं जाना. I have seen many people. वो कहते PYQ करता कोई नहीं है. People have finished their GS foundation preparation for 1 year and they have not even seen the last 10 years PYQs properly. एक साल के बाद they come to know कि यार मुझे ये करना था, अब मैं पढ़ाई शुरू करूंगा. तो foundation course becomes actual mere foundation and by the end of foundation course they are not ready with the actual preparation. उसके बाद उनकी तैयारी शुरू होते 1 साल बर्बाद चला गया आपका. मत करो. From day one, जो कोई टॉपिक आप पढ़ रहे हो या सीख रहे हो, you have to look at the PYQ simultaneously. PYQ of both prelims and mains of last 10 years. Next question आता है, भाई PYQ कहाँ देखे? In some institutes, they will give you PYQ categories. हम देते हैं, we give you all the PYQs in a specific categories. But many students go to the market and buy the PYQ collections, which is a good thing to do. You should have PYQ question bank. But in the question bank, generally there is a major problem. वो ये है, the segregation of questions is not very proper. The qualification, क्वेश्चन को किस तरह किस सब टॉपिक के अंदर डाला है, ये हमेशा उतना अच्छा नहीं होता है. So if you are going to market to buy a PYQ question bank, तो I would recommend go with some teacher's recommendation so that the classification की quality is not going to hamper your preparation. So PYQ is the key to UPSC's mind. You have to do it every single day and get one proper question bank which is segregating questions theme wise, topic wise, subtopic wise, which will help you a lot. बिना PYQ क्लास में जाने का कोई मतलब नहीं है, बिना PYQ नोट्स बनाने का कोई मतलब नहीं है, बिना PYQ पढ़ने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Every single day. I'm not going to joke. मतलब मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं. सोचो, I am not joking that if you prepare for 12 घंटे in one day without looking at PYQ, 12 घंटे की पढ़ाई पानी में चली गई. It is of no use. It is wasted time. Without looking at PYQs before the lecture, during the lecture, after the lecture, there is no point in preparation. Any single day of your journey, आज से लेके IAS बनने तक, जिस भी दिन आपने PYQ नहीं पढ़े, वो पढ़ाई अपने दिन करी नहीं, उसको भूल जाओ. I cannot emphasize it less than this. Extremely important. ठीक है. Now, let me come to the next point. Knowing what not to do is also important. You have to limit your knowledge. Generally, if you see, जो toppers होते हैं वो कहते हैं यार UPSC can ask anything. Anything under the sun is UPSC syllabus. UPSC का U is unpredictable public service commission. पता नहीं क्या पूछ लेंगे. तो इफ यू आर रीडिंग ईटिंग सम नाश्ता, अखबार पढ़ लो। अगर कोई चने फुटाने और मूंगफली लेते हो, उसका कागज पढ़ लो। इफ आर गोइंग इन अ बस, लुक एट द बोर्ड्स। सब कुछ कंज्यूम करते रहो, पता नहीं यूपीएससी क्या पूछ ले। एंड फॉर सम पीपल रैंडमली कोई क्वेश्चन चमका भी होगा वैसे, बट we cannot prepare anything and everything under the sun. We have limit of time, limit of capacity, limit of effort, limit of energy. We don't need to learn everything. You have to limit your focus properly, and that is again you do through PYQs. You understand the pattern of questions, then you decode the mind of UPSC and prepare in light of that. जब आप आंसर लिखते हो, इफ यू नो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ थिंकिंग, आंसर सही लगता है। सेम फॉर नोट मेकिंग, सेम फॉर रिविजन ऑल्सो। अब हाउ डू यू मेक आउट द पैटर्न्स? इट टेक्स टाइम, it takes time, it takes efforts also. So that is my another thing. You have to start deriving patterns from the PYQs. Don't keep reading randomly. We don't have infinite time, resources, money, energy. It is limited, so strategy is important. Last point I want to talk about was content, how to handle thing, is that how do you know that my preparation is complete? At the end, आज से अपने पढ़ाई शुरू करें नवंबर में, by next December it is 12-13 months, you have finished GS, let us say. How do you know it is complete? Or even forget 1 year, take one block. I am doing Modern India. For Modern India, I am taking 3 weeks to 3 weeks. How do I know I am completing Modern India properly? उसके दो चार ही criteria है. Firstly, you have covered the syllabus from the book or lectures thoroughly. Secondly, you have created short notes. We'll discuss notes in some time. Thirdly, you also are able to write questions. You have seen all the PYQs of last 10 years. You are able to write questions. And fourthly, if a random question comes which is not from PYQ, you are not afraid. You know how to tackle it. जब ये होगा तभी आप कहना कि मेरा वो टॉपिक और वो पोर्शन ऑफ सिलेबस सब्जेक्ट खत्म हुआ है. Till the point you don't have notes, you have not seen the questions, you have not written the answer, your reading is not complete, topic is not complete. This is the only golden standard you can have. It is the only benchmark. Now, once you handle the content, you come to the next part, how to handle this process. Here, things are quite simple. Firstly, in the initial phase of 1 year, do not segregate the prelims preparation for mains preparation. It has to be integrated, especially for the 4 fundamental subjects: polity, economy, society, polity, economy, geography, and history. It has to be integrated. There are some subjects which overlap, like these 4 fundamentals. There are some others which don't overlap. We have ethics, we have society, we have IR, etc. They don't overlap much. And the mains level, जो GS के 4 papers है, 1000 marks, you will see about 400-450 marks is something which is unique to mains. About 550 to 600 marks is both pre and mains common syllabus. 40-60 के आसपास लेके चलो. So it means that 40% is only main specific. उसको आपको पढ़ना है in 2026 only, but in second half. In the first half, you have to cover entire prelims, GS, along with the mains का 60% syllabus, which is the same one. So you have to go in a very integrated manner. Then, more important point, curiosity doesn't kill the cat. I'll tell you from my experience. I gave prelims 6 times. I cleared prelims 6 times, except for one time when I got about 103 or 105 maybe. In all other prelims in GS, I have got 140, 150 marks. Maybe exam was easier back then. I don't know what is the reason, but I consider one important reason is that I was extremely curious to know the subject. I used to keep reading, keep thinking, keep asking questions to myself. That reading was very engaging. I enjoyed that. And that makes, I think, a huge difference. Don't take it as a burden. That I come from history, BA honors, and I don't like this ethics subject. पता नहीं क्या है. I don't understand geography. देखो syllabus इतना vast है that there are so many subjects that everybody is bound to like something and bound to find something else very boring. हर एक आपके लिए बोरिंग ए था, मेरे लिए बोरिंग बी है, किसी लिए सी है. हर एक को सब मिलेगा, कुछ प्यारा, कुछ बोरिंग. यू कांट अवॉइड इट. वी हैव टू डू द सिलेबस विथ इंटरेस्ट, विथ क्यूरियोसिटी एंड थरली. यू हैव टू कवर ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स. दिस इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड आप ये प्रिपेयर फॉर लाइफ. आपको जो IAS बनोगे, IPS बनोगे, तो आपको लगता है आपका जॉब हमेशा इंटरेस्टिंग होगा? नहीं होगा. लुक एट द आईपीएस का करियर लैडर. इन द मिड करियर ऑफ आईपीएस देयर कम अराउंड 5 से 10 साल का फेज जहां पे इट्स अ वेरी बोरिंग जॉब. यू नाइदर हैव लॉट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, नो लॉट ऑफ, मतलब आपको लगता है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. आईपीएस के पहले 8-10 साल और आखिरी 8-10 साल बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग करियर होता है. मिड करियर में क्राइसिस आ जाता है. इट इज द नेचर ऑफ हायरार्की. व्हाट कैन यू डू? और इफ यू आर एन आईएएस, यू आर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर, आपने कलेक्टरशिप 2 बार करी, 3 बार करी, 4 साल गुजारे, एंड देन यू गो टू सेंट्रल डेपुटेशन. वहां पे तो सडनली एवरीथिंग इज गॉन. देर आर सम डिपार्टमेंट जहां पे आपको लगा मैं क्यों आईएएस बनाऊं. तो in your career of 35 years, 40 years, 30 years, there is bound to come some gaps which are going to be boring. Same thing is in the examination. There are some subjects which you don't like, some you like. It does not mean that you can be partial. You have to do every subject with equal intensity. That is important. बिना इंटरेस्ट का करो मत, इंटरेस्ट के साथ करो, क्योंकि आपको उस पर 2 साल गुजारने हैं. If you want to spend 2 years, at least enjoy it. Don't make it boring. That is important. Now, third point is, this is something I will tell you from my experience ki where I failed in the exam. I was too much intent on curiosity and too less intent on revisions. जब मैं सुबह उठ के लाइब्रेरी जाता था, I had a friend who used to sit besides me in the library. Every morning we used to go to library 7:30. और मैं पहले उठ के अखबार पढ़ूंगा 1 घंटा, नोट्स निकालूंगा, अंडरलाइन करूंगा, एंड लेट अस स्टार्ट अ न्यू सब्जेक्ट. एंड आई यूज्ड टू फील इन द रेस आई एम अहेड. जो मेरा नेबर था, he used to come in the morning, he used to open the diary. मैंने कल क्या पढ़ा, पहले आज उसको रिवाइज करो. एवरी मॉर्निंग फर्स्ट 1 hour ही यूज्ड टू गिव टू रिवीजन. मैं था कि यार अभी कल ही पढ़ा है, आई विल रिवाइज आफ्टर 1 week और 10 days और 1 month, जब जरूर. अभी क्यों, अभी तो सब याद है, लेट मी गो अहेड. वो बंदा बिना बोरियत के हर सुबह 1 घंटा रिवीजन करेगा, थोड़ा स्पीड स्लो क्यों ना हो, एंड देन उसकी नोट डाउन करेगा मैंने कब रिवीजन की, उसका शेड्यूल क्या था, एंड देन ही वुड गो. एंड आई हैव सीन कि भाई वो आईआरएस बन गया, उसी साल आईआरएस बन गया. तो मुझे वो बाद में चमका कि भाई दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रिवीजन इज एक्सट्रीमली 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 इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ प्रिपरेशन. इन माय मदर टंग मराठी वी कॉल पुढचं पाठ मागचं सपाट. आगे जाके सब याद है, पीछे का भूल गए. नेवर डू दैट. नेवर एवर डू दैट. भले पढ़ाई स्लो हो जाए, you have to revise everything. If you are preparing for 4 hours a day, at least half an hour keep for revision. If you are preparing for 10 hours a day, put at least 1.5 hours for revision. But if revision is not part of daily schedule, it becomes a problem. In the long term, it becomes a huge problem. So revision, देखो होता क्या ना, memory, if you understand how memory functions, it has a graph of forgetting. पहले 4 दिन आपको बहुत चीज याद रहेगी, पहले 4-6 दिन, and then there comes a point where you forget majority of things. तो वो जो विंडो होती है 4-6 दिन की, उसके अंदर अगर आप दोबारा पढ़ो तो कम समय में जल्दी ज्यादा पढ़ ले तो याद रहता है. इफ यू रीड आफ्टर दैट विंडो इज क्लोज्ड, देन यू हैव टू अगेन टेक इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम टू रीड एवरीथिंग. भूलने से पहले पढ़ो तो कम समय में हो जाए, भूलने के बाद पढ़ो तो दोबारा उतना ही समय लगा. अगर दोबारा उतना ही समय लगा तो इट इज नॉट रिविजन, इट इज री रीडिंग. देयर इज नो पॉइंट. You have to revise before you forget. You have to revise every single day. सबसे important मंत्र आज के लेक्चर का वही है. Every single day revision. It is bound to be. It is bound to be a boring thing. करनी पड़ेगी. It's a sacrifice you do. Then regular tests, which are important. Now this is another important point. You have to go for weekly tests. From the beginning, weekly tests put you on tenterhooks. You start focusing on the deadlines. You have to revise everything. You have to finish syllabus properly. एक साल तक in your GS foundation, there are many institutes which take regular tests. Some take maybe a monthly test. Some may take test in 15 days. We take test every week. जैसे भी, but regular revision के लिए testing is extremely important. Apart from that, you have to also understand that post test analysis is also important. If you write a prelims test for 2 hours, उसके बाद 3 घंटा तो उसका एनालिसिस होता है, क्या गलती करी, कहाँ गलती करी, क्यों गलती करी, उसके मेथड्स होते हैं. एंड यू हैव टू मेंटेन अ लॉग ऑफ दैट, एंड यू हैव टू कीप फिलिंग द लॉग ओवर मंथ्स एंड ट्रेस योर इवोल्यूशन ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन. So regular tests for deadlines and revision, and test preparation, and test log with post test analysis is very important. You should not think of a test series afterwards. पहले जो आपका जीएस का कोर्स होगा उसी के अंदर जो टेस्ट है उसको आप सीरियसली ले, शुरू से ले. If you look at 100 students who are getting admissions, in various institutes, those who do test very doggedly and tenaciously throughout the year have much higher chances statistically of clearing the exam. Then you have balancing static with the current. Now, this is another a very important point, that if you look at questions in prelims and also mains, you will see 50% questions are either from current or current inspired, implicitly current. So you cannot separate the two. You have to do in an integrated manner both the things at every stage. दूसरी बात, I have seen many students relying a lot on magazines. Well, magazines are important shortcuts to save us time of taking notes. So I'm not going to say no. Magazine use करो, एक ही कोई करो, but करो. But that should not come at the cost of reading newspaper. Some toppers will say हमने अखबार नहीं पढ़े, बस magazine से काम हो गया. But they are very, very, very rare, and you don't know why they cleared in the first place. I think reading newspaper every single day for at least 1 hour is the sine qua non. You have to do that. Papers have other advantage. They give your idea, they give you fundamental perspective, not only facts. So you have to spend 1 hour on reading newspaper every single day, and current static have to go together. When you prepare notes also, they have to be combined and integrated. Now, the second last point, the study skills. It is here that I want to emphasize a little bit. आप देखोगे कि कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स स्ट्रगल हियर बिकॉज हमें लगता है पढ़ाई मतलब कंटेंट है, पढ़ाई मतलब हिस्ट्री का नॉलेज, ज्योग्राफी का नॉलेज है. नो, दैट इज जस्ट वन पार्ट ऑफ द पढ़ाई. मेन पढ़ाई इज, डू यू हैव द स्किल सेट टू पढ़ाई. मेरे एक मेंटर है, वो कहते हैं द टू मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स रिक्वायर्ड टू क्लियर द एग्जाम. वन इज लर्नेबिलिटी. हाउ डू यू लर्न बाय योर एबिलिटी टू लर्न. खुद से अगर कोई नया सब्जेक्ट लूँ तो कैसे पढ़ूँ, उसको कैसे डिकोड करूँ. लर्नेबिलिटी इज वन इंपॉर्टेंट एप्टीट्यूड. एंड द सेकंड इज मेटाकॉग्निशन. Thinking about thinking. You should be able to observe your own thinking process, your own emotions, your own understanding. Cognition के बारे में cognition is metacognition. ये दो चीजें. So, but I don't want to go into psychological theory here. I will discuss from the very application point of view. कहाँ कहाँ skills की जरूरत है और कहाँ कहाँ कम पड़ती है. पहली बात तो basically reading. Like my generation was perhaps the last generation which was raised on pre-social media era book reading culture. तो हम तो 4 दिन में किताब पढ़ लेते थे as a hobby also. But I see around me right now the students who come, they don't read books. Book reading culture is almost dead. They may read some textbooks possibly because exam के लिए चाहिए, but किताबें otherwise नहीं पढ़ते, पढ़ना आता ही नहीं है. They consume their knowledge through a screen a lot. So times, I am not being judgmental here, times are changing. अब होता क्या है, नाउ वंस यू कम टू यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन एंड सामने किताब रख दी, पढ़नी तो पड़ेगी, पढ़ना आता नहीं है. हाउ टू रीड. तो एक रीडिंग स्किल होता है. हाउ टू रीड. आई रिमेंबर दिस बुक, हाउ टू रीड नाम से किताब है एडलर की, मॉर्टिमर एडलर. उसमें उसने 4 किस्म की रीडिंग बताई. यू हैव एलिमेंट्री रीडिंग, यू हैव सिंटॉपिक रीडिंग, यू हैव एनालिटिकल रीडिंग एक्सेट्रा. किताब पढ़ने के तरीके होते हैं. फर्स्ट रीडिंग साइकिल इज टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द फैक्ट्स. Second cycle of reading is about analyzing things. Third is about comparing things with other books, other subjects. So you have to go through multiple rounds of reading. Every round of reading will add to new layer and new level of understanding. आप अगर चाहे तो उस किताब को कभी आराम से देख सकते हो. हाउ टू रीड बाय मॉर्टिमर एडलर. बट पॉइंट इज, एक्टिव रीडिंग इज अ स्किल विच हैज टू बी डेवलप्ड. अगर नहीं है तो otherwise things become very problematic. You can't just rely on notes. You have to read basic books. पढ़ना आना चाहिए. But once you read, how do you know उसमें notes क्या बनाओ. अब note making is another skill which is also extremely important. पहली बात तो समझो, concise notes are a must. Let us take example of optional. I teach history optional also. In history optional we have ancient, medieval, modern and world, 4 parts. Ancient medieval paper 1 में, modern world paper 2 में. Now if I give notes, तो collective notes of entire syllabus may come to about 2000 pages. 500, 500, 500, 500 पन्ने. If I go to GS1, in GS1 we have history, society and geography. If I put all of them together, आराम से 1000 पन्ने के नोट्स आते हैं. GS1 के नोट्स 1000 पेज के हो जाते हैं. So every paper on an average may require up to 1000 पेजेस के नोट्स, एक्सेप्ट फॉर एथिक्स जिसके लिए 200-400 पन्ने चल जाते हैं. सो आपका टोटल जो रीडिंग का कंटेंट है, ऑप्शनल के 2 पेपर, जीएस के 3+1 पेपर, तो आपको कम से कम 6000 पन्ने का कंटेंट पढ़ना है, 6000 पेजेस मिनिमम. तो टू गो थ्रू द सिलेबस वंस इटसेल्फ इज गोना टेक 1 ईयर प्रॉपर्ली. एक बार वो हो गया, आप कैसे दोबारा 6000 पन्ने पढ़ोगे? नहीं पढ़ पाओगे, इम्पॉसिबल. आप जब जैसे आई इफ आई स्टार्ट रीडिंग इंग्लिश कंटेंट इन 1 आवर, आई कैन रीड मे बी 20 to 25 पेजेस. अगर मुझे बहुत फोकस के साथ पढ़ना है तो मैं भी 15 पन्ने, उसके ऊपर नहीं पढ़ पाऊंगा. इफ आई स्टडी फॉर एंटायर डे फॉर 10 आवर्स ऑल्सो, आई कैन फिनिश मे बी 100 पेजेस एट मैक्स, 120-130 पेजेस, 150 सर से पानी चला जाए. तो अगर 6000 पन्ने पढ़ने हैं, रिवाइज कब करोगे? There is no option but to make concise notes. This is one point. Second point is that, okay, how about me outsourcing that to the market? I may get some toppers note in the market. क्या वो इस्तेमाल कर लूं? भाई इसका रैंक 1 आया था, रैंक 2 आया था. I have same subject, same optional. Can I use that? Well, partly yes, majorly no. Why yes? Because you get an idea of how to make notes. You can see the thinking process of that person. Also, it is useful reference. But you cannot make them your own notes. आपको नोट्स का मतलब समझना है. What are notes? Notes don't mean summary. किताब के समरी नोट्स नहीं होते. समरी होती है, नोट्स होते हैं. When you say you are taking notes, it means from that book आपकी काम की चीजें फॉर द एग्जाम वो क्या थी और जो आपको याद रखनी है वो क्या थी. इट मे हैपन फ्रॉम 1 पेज यू मे नॉट टेक एनीथिंग एट ऑल, पूरा बेकार पेज है, but from other page you may take 5 points because you think they are important for the exam. It's not a summary. दूसरी बात, some things you already know very well. You don't need them in notes. मुझे पता है, मैं भूलूंगा नहीं, मुझे आता है. So why would I put that in my notes and waste my time of revision? I would put in notes only those things which I tend to forget. I need to revise and memorize them. So notes are not summaries. They are about exam relevant material, and notes are again not all the points for exam. They are those points that you tend to forget. तो हर एक के notes अलग होंगे, हर एक के notes अलग होंगे. Not only that, तीसरी बात, final notes are as important as the process of making notes. Because आप जब notes खुद बनाते हो, you go through the book, you look at the previous year questions, you process the data, you think which data will be applicable in which answer, that's why this data is important, you know the idea of application, then the thing comes into notes, तो अपने आप याद हो जाता है, clarity मिलती है, your mental schemas get created if you understand psychology. So note-taking process is as important as final notes. So you have to make your own notes. You can refer to topper's note, you can refer to teacher's notes, but ultimately आपको अपने ही notes बनाने होंगे. That is important. Then writing and answer writing. It is the biggest hurdle. Note making के लिए I would want to add couple of more things. आजकल 2-3 चीजें in the classes we see lot of people bring iPads. I personally find it is to be a very useful tool. iPad आप लाते हो तो, बट उसके बिना काम चल जाता है. दुनिया ने सदियों तक किया हुआ है. The new generation is more conversant and accustomed to iPad, उतनी ही बात है. दूसरी बात, you have to ultimately write answers in the mains with pen and paper. उसकी आदत नहीं छूटनी चाहिए. So even if you're using iPads, it is fine. Secondly, note making tools. आजकल 2 किस्म के नोट मेकिंग टूल्स आपको आने ही चाहिए टू सेव द टाइम. एक है जहां पे यू कैन यूज एआई टू समराइज द नोट्स. समझो आपको कुछ कोचिंग ने एक नोट दी हुई है 20 पन्ने की, 15 पन्ने की. अब उसके कौन से नोट्स निकाले? तो एक तो आपने समझ लिया सारा, यू कैन जस्ट फीड द पीडीएफ टू द एआई एंड गिव मी मेन समरी पॉइंट्स फॉर यूपीएससी करके आप अच्छा सा प्रॉम्प्ट लिखो लंबा सा, इट विल गिव यू समरी नोट्स. आपका समय थोड़ा बचेगा. और दूसरा एक पॉइंट उसमें है, आप नोट मेकिंग टूल नोट कहाँ पे डंप करते हो. It can be OneNote, it can be Notion, it can be any other tool. These are good tools. You can segregate GS1 के सारे tabs, subtabs बने हुए हैं, GS2 के, GS3 के. It is a very good thing, but you have to understand 2 things. If you are using some online note making tool like OneNote in MS Office, अंडरस्टैंड टू थिंग्स. पहली बात, यू कैनॉट कीप डंपिंग डेटा. कॉपी पेस्टिंग इज वेरी इजी. लगता है अभी चिपका दो वहां पे, बाद में पढ़ लूंगा ड्यूरिंग रिवीजन. नहीं होता. यू विल वेस्ट लॉट ऑफ टाइम. नेवर डंप डेटा बिकॉज यू विल थिंक यू विल रीड लेटर. जब तक आपको तुरंत नहीं पढ़ने का मौका मिल रहा, तब तक डेटा डंपिंग नहीं होगा. और दूसरा पॉइंट इसमें है दैट इफ द नोट्स आर ऑन पेपर ना, एक विजुअल मेमोरी अच्छे से काम करती है. सो आई वुड प्रेफर कि हाथ से जितना लिखने की प्रैक्टिस हो, उतना एग्जाम में फायदा होता है. दिस इज माई सजेशन. बट एनीवे, नोट मेकिंग के बारे में इतनी चीजें थी. यू कम टू राइटिंग एंड आंसर राइटिंग. यहाँ पे आई lot of students struggle with answer writing in the initial week, second week, third week, 1 month. They come and say, I don't know how to write a good answer. Recently we had a seminar by Anil Swarup sir, who was the ex government secretary, IAS से रिटायर हो चुके हैं. उनका बहुत अच्छा सवाल था. He says कि whenever student comes to me and says I can't write an answer, I ask him in exchange कि भाई can you write? Answers भूल जाओ. Do you have the ability to write even normal 1 page, 2 page, 3 pages? Many students don't. एक तो some students come from the technical background, engineering हो या और कोई हो, they are never taught to write. So they don't have the skill of writing जो उन्होंने कॉलेज में डेवलप किया, उनको अलग से काम करना पड़ता है. And those who come from humanities, unfortunately इंडिया में 90% कॉलेजेस ह्यूमैनिटीज के बोगस है. To be very forthright about, कुछ नहीं सिखाते. कुछ होता नहीं, आराम होता है, पॉलिटिक्स होता है, टीचर्स नहीं आते, क्वालिटी नहीं है, सेम क्वेश्चन पेपर पुराने आते हैं. यू डोंट. तो द चांसेस ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स डेवलपिंग द राइटिंग स्किल इन द ग्रेजुएट अंडर ग्रेजुएट लेवल इज वेरी लेस नोवाडेज. तो पहले तो आपको खुद से लिखना आना चाहिए. द पर्सन हु थिंक्स ही नोज बट कांट एक्सप्रेस डज नॉट नो. आपको लगता है कि मेरे आइडियाज एमोर्फस है, मैं लिखने जाऊं अच्छे से आते नहीं है, मतलब आपका आइडियाज ही सही नहीं थे. You had a feeling that you knew things, you have understood things, but you have not understood. The criteria of judging whether I have understood anything is only one: can I write it in a good way? If I don't write it, if I can't write it, if I can't articulate, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया है. That's all. तो पहले तो you have to start learning how to write. Articulation, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. It's a process. You keep writing and writing and writing. 2 महीने 3 महीने के बाद आपको थोड़े थोड़े उसके फल, धीरे धीरे रे मना धीरे सब कुछ होए, माली सिंचे सो घड़ा ऋतु आए फल होए. दिस इज द थिंग अबाउट राइटिंग. इट इवॉल्व्स ग्रेजुअली. बट एक बार उसका चस्का लग जाए ना, तो मजा आता है लिखने में. बट द इनिशियल वॉल टू स्केल इज लिटिल हायर. यू हैव टू हैव पेशेंस एंड परसिवरेंस वहां पे. So the question is when to start answer writing as soon as possible. Don't wait for perfect knowledge. Perfectionism एग्जाम का सबसे बड़ा धोखा है. Look at toppers number. रैंक 1 का स्कोर मेंस में 50% होता है. कौन परफेक्ट है? कोई परफेक्ट नहीं. इट्स रिलेटिव. एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटिव हियर. सो माय मेन पॉइंट इज, जो देखो दो धोखे यहाँ पे है. यहाँ पे इफ यू वांट टू गो फॉर आंसर राइटिंग, आई विल राइट व्हेन आई हैव परफेक्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. कभी नहीं होगा. Perfection is not the input to answer writing. Perfection is the outcome of writing many answers. Start writing. खुद को देखने में आईने में डर लगता है, कागज पे लिखा हुआ कि मैंने ऐसे लिखा. डर के मारे हम नहीं लिखते. वी वांट परफेक्ट आंसर. तो ये नहीं करना. टू स्टार्ट एज सून एज पॉसिबल. अब you will say कि सर हमने अभी तो क्लास शुरू किया है, अभी पढ़ना शुरू किया है, वी डोंट हैव द क्वालिटी ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग रिक्वायर्ड. डोंट नीड दैट. सिंपल आंसर. कभी कभी यूपीएससी भी सिंपल सवाल पूछती है. स्टार्ट विद बेसिक क्वेश्चंस, बट स्टार्ट एज सून एज पॉसिबल. इट इज गोना टेक लॉन्ग टाइम. मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली, यू कैन नॉट डेवलप द स्किल ऑफ आंसर राइटिंग इन द टेस्ट सीरीज. टेस्ट सीरीज जो आप बाद में करोगे, वहां पे 3 घंटे है. यू हैव टू राइट 20 आंसर्स. दैट इज नॉट द प्लेस टू डेवलप द स्किल ऑफ आंसर राइटिंग. वहां पे यू डेवलप द स्किल ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी, 3 घंटे में कैसे लिखना है वगैरह वगैरह. Individual answers do not improve in the test. Test series is not a substitution for answer writing practice. Answer writing practice has to be done along with the GS preparation from the beginning. And answer writing will not improve after prelims. प्री और मेंस के बीच में जो 3 महीने होते हैं, 90 दिन 95 दिन जितने होते हैं, you have zero time to evolve the skill of answer writing. You can just revise the content, give the test series, update current affairs, that's all. So you have the 2026 year till the December, आज से लेके 13 महीने 14 महीने, in which you have to learn the art of answer writing. Start writing every single day. Daily revision for some time and daily at least one answer. पहले 2-3 महीने बहुत मुश्किल होती है, बाद में उसका चस्का लग जाता है. ठीक है. Then you come to memorization. Now in UPSC you will find different approaches. I personally have faced this question a lot. बच्चे आते हैं, सर आपने पढ़ा लिया बढ़िया, we understood everything. Now tell us इसमें से क्या रटूं? What should I memorize from this? This is a very problematic question. You have to first understand memory is not something that you develop without fundamental logic. Memory is the outcome of conceptual understanding. Concepts clear हो गए तो 80% memory का काम ऐसे ही भी हो जाएगा. You don't have to memorize 80% things if you have conceptual clarity, analytical thinking. There is some role of memorization, but it is not as much as you think. Maybe 20-30% at max. 70-80% is understanding of concept and developing skills of writing and approach and thinking. It is very much different from the university exam. यूनिवर्सिटी में एग्जाम कल है, रात में बैठो, दो चार रात में बैठो, रट के वहां पे जाके लिख के आ जाओ, पास हो जाओगे. यूपीएससी डजंट वांट दैट. बाय दिस अप्रोच यू कैन नॉट. देखो सिलेबस इतना वास्ट है, 6000 पन्ने. हाउ कैन मेमोराइज 6000 पन्ने? इम्पॉसिबल. सो डोंट स्टार्ट मेमोराइजेशन फ्रॉम डे वन. Understand the subject, understand the topic, look at the questions, revise it properly, make notes in light of PYQs, and then you will know what to memorize. The role of memory comes down. There is some role, but that is only some role, 20-30% at max, and that too subject specific. Now, then comes the skill of time management and schedule. ये तो I actually least expected this to be a problem. But this has become a major problem. People have some random expectations. ऑनलाइन आप, मुझे लगता है कुछ कुछ टॉपर्स तो मजाक करते हैं कभी कभी. मैंने 12 घंटा पढ़ा, 16 घंटा पढ़ा, 18 घंटा पढ़ा. इट इज फिजिकली इम्पॉसिबल टू डू इट कंसिस्टेंटली एट सस्टेनेबल लेवल. 2-3 दिन ठीक है कर लोगे, हर दिन थोड़ी कर पाओगे. यू कांट. आई टेल यू द एक्सपीरियंस दैट आई हैव. एक बार मेरा आई थिंक चौथा अटेम्प्ट था. फ्रॉम दैट अटेम्प्ट ऑनवर्ड्स आई स्टार्टेड गेटिंग इंटरव्यू कॉल्स ऑल्सो. पहले 3 अटेम्प्ट मुझे इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आया था. आई गिव मेंस, आई कुडंट क्लियर द मेंस, बट फ्रॉम 4th अटेम्प्ट ऑनवर्ड्स आई गॉट इंटरव्यू कॉल्स. सो वहां पे मैंने क्या बदल किया था, क्या बदलाव किया था? लेट मी शेयर दैट. आई यूज्ड टू थिंक मैं बहुत पढ़ाई करता हूँ. सिट एट द टेबल फॉर 10 आवर्स. आई हैव सिट फॉर 10 आवर्स. देन रूममेट टोल्ड मी कि भाई निखिल तू पागल है, हैव अ स्टॉप वॉच. देन आई हैड अ स्टॉप वॉच. आई यूज्ड टू थिंक कि मैं जब पढ़ रहा हूँ एक्टिवली इट विल बी ऑन. व्हेन आई एम डूइंग सम सर्फिंग, फोन पे बात कर रहा हूँ, पानी पी रहा हूँ, सोच रहा हूँ, बैठा हूँ, आई विल स्टॉप द स्टॉप वॉच. व्हाट आई रियलाइज्ड कि वो 10 घंटे में से एक्चुअल पढ़ाई 5 घंटे थी. लिटरली मेरी आंखें खुल गई. आई एम सिटिंग ऑन द चेयर फॉर 10 आवर्स बट आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग ओनली फॉर 5 आवर्स. तो माय अटेम्प्ट फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑनवर्ड्स, 10 के 12 घंटे कैसे करूं, दैट वाज नेवर अ क्वेश्चन फॉर मी. मेरे 10 घंटे नहीं चाहिए. मे बी 9 घंटे शुड बी इनफ. पॉइंट ये वो 5 घंटे जो थे एक्टिव लर्निंग के, उसके 6, 6.5, 7 कैसे करूं. 7 में आते आते नाक में दम आता था. वेरी रेयरली आई सेट फॉर 10 आवर्स 12 आवर्स ऑन द चेयर, बट एक्चुअल पढ़ाई बहुत ही रेयरली 7 घंटे पहुंची है. हफ्ते में 1 या 2 दिन बस. उसके ऊपर होती है. इट्स ह्यूमन कैपेसिटी. तो इट्स नॉट अबाउट नंबर ऑफ आवर्स, इट्स अबाउट क्वालिटी ऑफ आवर्स. नंबर ऑफ आवर्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट, बट along with quality, merely numbers are not important. दूसरी बात, there is a Parkinson's law. There was a person, British Navy admiral थे in 1950s. He wrote a book Parkinson's laws नाम से. उसमें एक लॉ है, बड़ा फनी लॉ है. वो सी नॉर्थकोट पार्किंसन इज हिज नेम. तो सी नॉर्थकोट पार्किंसन कहता है कि वर्क एक्सपांड्स टू फिल द टाइम अवेलेबल फॉर इट्स कंप्लीशन. वर्क एक्सपांड्स टू फिल द टाइम अवेलेबल फॉर इट्स कंप्लीशन. अगर मैं आपको कहूं कि भाई बेटा ये मॉडर्न इंडिया रिवर्स करके आ जाओ 2 दिन में, आप 2 दिन में मॉडर्न रिवाइज कर लोगे. इफ ऐसे 10 दिन में करो तो 10 दिन में भी कर लोगे. 1 महीने में करो, 1 महीने में भी कर लोगे. एंड 2 दिन, 10 दिन, 1 महीना, तीनों लेवल पे यू विल बी गिविंग इनफ एडिक्वेट जेन्युइन एफर्ट्स एंड आउटकम विल बी नॉट वास्टली डिफरेंट. थोड़ा फर्क होगा, ज्यादा फर्क नहीं होगा. सो वर्क जितना समय दो उतना काम खुद से, अरे मेरे को और परफेक्ट करना है, मुझे और 4 क्वेश्चन लिखने हैं, मुझे और 10 पन्ने पढ़ने हैं, मुझे किताब और जोड़नी है, मुझे किसी के नोट्स और देखने हैं, कोई यूट्यूब वीडियो देखने हैं, सब करते रहूंगा मैं. आई इंक्रीज द वर्क अननेसेसरली, इट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. Why is this important? Because of two things. Firstly, if you are preparing full time, don't prepare unnecessary things. You have to be very strategic, very selective what not to do. Perfectionism नहीं चाहिए. Along with perfectionism, एक दूसरा दुश्मन है आपका, वो है comprehensiveness. You will never be comprehensive. अगर आप इन दोनों भूतों के पीछे भाग रहे हो, perfection and comprehensive, तो एग्जाम छूट गई. You have to make. आप सोचो आईपीएस रात को 2 बजे with least manpower. He cannot say कि I have to have all manpower. I have to have all the resources. I have to have all the data about the information about that riots. I need to have full time to prepare. तब जाकर रिस्पॉन्ड करो. नहीं होना. Then you are not officer like material. आप एग्जाम मत क्लियर करो. ऐसा ऑफिसर लाइबिलिटी है देश के लिए. समझो इसको. Limited resources, limited capacity, limited time, limited data, high risk, high stake. You have to respond. So don't run behind perfectionism and comprehensiveness. Main point is that manage the time. Don't create unreal schedules of 14 घंटा 16 घंटा etc. तो मैंने कहा इसके दो फायदे, दो पॉइंट है ऑफ पार्किंसंस लॉ. एक तो लिमिट unnecessary things, एंड दूसरा इफ यू आर इन कॉलेज इन सेकंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, लास्ट ईयर, और यू आर इन वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल, देन दिन के 4 घंटे और वीकेंड को 8-8 घंटे दे रहे हो, इट इज डूएबल. वी हैव मेनी स्टूडेंट्स who have cleared the exam while being working professionals also. Because then you have scarcity of time, you focus on necessary things and not unnecessary things. Okay, so don't have unreal schedules, unreal expectations. Has to be a very sustainable process over 2 years. We can't burn out. Consistency is more important than the quantity. Okay. Now we come to the last point, that is digital hygiene. And it is another necessary thing that I wouldn't have talked about it earlier, but 2 साल से मैं इसके ऊपर बात करना शुरू कर दिया. Because at Level Up we have the mindset sessions also, and what we see कि lot of students have screen addiction. ब्रेन रॉट जो कहते हैं आज के दिन में, यू गेट लॉस्ट इन टू रील्स. 1 घंटा चला गया, कैसे बाहर आए. सो at on one hand, the online resources are going to be very helpful. On the other hand, you have to be very careful of them also. Don't consume unnecessary things. Digital hygiene is very important. There is good content and there is unnecessary content. That is one. So you have to use technology for learning and not for distraction. दूसरा point, there are a lot of YouTubers now. This is my favorite point. The teachers कम हो गए हैं और YouTubers बढ़ गए हैं. This is very unfortunate, or maybe I should not be very judgmental about it, but this is the reality. It's a matter of fact. And the reason behind YouTube in many cases, if not all, is to drive the analytics of the YouTube channel. Subscription ho, likes ho, views ho, jo kuch ho. So they want to make things सनसनीखेज, थोड़ी अधिक attractive, थोड़ी अधिक dramatic. Not required. हम teachers हैं, we are not entertainers. आपको मजा दिलाना हमारा काम नहीं है, आपको पढ़ाना है. यू शुड रिमेंबर आवर नेम. शाम को घर जाके हंसने के लिए नहीं, बट एग्जाम हॉल में 1 साल बाद जब पेपर लिखोगे तब नाम याद आ जाएगा, तो वो असली टीचर होता है. तो दिस यूट्यूबर्स गिव लॉट ऑफ रैंडम गाइडेंस, स्टे अवे फ्रॉम देम. You can refer to some of them. Some of them may be very good, but be very cautious about consuming such content. तीसरी बात about digital content is Telegram. It has emerged rather in 2022 and 2023. It had emerged as a very major thing. In last couple of years, its utility is going down because a lot of technology has changed. Videos are not getting leaked. But even if they're available, you again there also have to be very selective. You can find videos of different coachings in massive number. कोई सस्ते में बेच रहा है, कोई फ्री में दे रहा है, हो सकता है आप ले भी लो. But the point is that don't keep hoarding. जैसे किताबें हमें कम खरीदनी है, वैसे लेक्चर्स भी लिमिटेड ही देखने हैं. Ultimately, it is going to come back to self-study. You need some guidance, some teachers. But for every subject, you don't need 2, 3, 4 teachers. तो आपको selectively जाना है. And final thing, I would also comment on new thing that I have noticed. Students talk about Reddit nowadays. Reddit जो है platform, people think it is trustworthy, but I will tell you very honestly, it is not trustworthy. There are institutes, there are marketing agencies who also use it for their advantage. वहाँ पे marketing होते रहता है, which doesn't, which it's a very sleuth or a kind of a secret marketing. So don't take everything you see online as a matter of fact. It may be true, it may not be true. लगता है कि हम बहुत स्मार्ट है, हम जाके खुद से रिसर्च करके आए हैं. It is not the way. You go on YouTube, see the actual teaching of particular teacher, talk to seniors, visit the institutes, and then take a call about किसका content देखना है, किसका नहीं देखना है. But you have to be very conscious. Anyway, that is about the digital hygiene. एक और बात इसमें कहूंगा about AI tools once more. जैसे कि if you start doing answer writing, अब nowadays people, students ये करते हैं कि वो आंसर लिखते हैं और AI में देते हैं कि भाई इसको एनालाइज करो. It is a good way to do things. I would recommend strongly इसको करें. But first you should write yourself and then submit it to AI, upload it to AI. आजकल तो Perplexity भी फ्री है with Airtel, Gemini फ्री है with Jio, and मैंने परसों ही देखा कि even ChatGPT has become free for 1 year with their Go engine. So these AI models एक साल के लिए फ्री हो गए हैं because उनको हमें आदत लगानी है. कोई बात नहीं है. We use them. So use AI, but in a very different. Don't use AI to create data. It is infinite out there. We don't want data. यूपीएससी का पीवाई को डाल दिया, बताओ पॉइंट्स, वो 1000 पॉइंट बता देगा, हमें नहीं चाहिए. यू राइट योर आंसर फर्स्ट एंड देन अपलोड इट एंड देन गेट इट वेरीफाइड. दिस इज द वे. आपको आपका थिंकिंग आउटसोर्स नहीं करना है, आपको आपका थिंकिंग चेक करवाना है. डोंट आउटसोर्स योर थिंकिंग टू एआई, क्योंकि एग्जाम का नेचर हैज नॉट चेंज्ड. अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू गो टू एग्जाम हॉल, 3 घंटा बैठना है, बिना सोचे बिना देखे यहाँ वहां आपको हाथ से लिखना है. इफ यू गेट डिपेंडेंट ऑन एआई टू मच फॉर थिंकिंग, इट बिकम्स अ एडिशनल प्रॉब्लम फॉर अस. ठीक है. नाउ यू कम टू द लास्ट पॉइंट. दिस लास्ट पॉइंट इज अबाउट माइंडसेट. आई पर्सनली फील दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. पहली बात तो, in your process of 2 years, you will have lots of ups and downs, highs and lows. How do you manage yourself? एक तो you need to understand, you have to have patience, perseverance and consistency. It's about, देखो एग्जाम के बारे में पहले कहते थे it's a marathon. It's not a marathon. Marathon में you can sometimes increase the speed, you can sometimes conserve the energy in certain laps. यहाँ पे it's not a marathon, it's a series of 100-meter sprint which add up to the length of marathon. It's a series of 100-meter sprints which add up to the length of marathon. मतलब हर single महीना, हर single दिन एक आपकी एग्जाम है. You have to use every single, persevere. Consistency is much more important. मैं हर दिन 10 घंटा पढ़ाई करूं या फिर 2 दिन 50 घंटा पढ़ाई करूं, 50 मतलब मैक्सिमम टाइम. यू हैव टू हैव कंसिस्टेंसी. कितना भी कम क्यों ना, कंसिस्टेंसी इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. परसिवरेंस, अप्स एंड अप. व्हाट डज इट टेक for a person to go through ups and downs? Clarity. You should have the idea ki why are you giving the exam? Is it for power? Is it for prestige? Is it for prosperity? Is it for purpose, larger purpose? जो कुछ आपका हो, I am not going to judge here. खुद से honest रहो. That clarity will give you motivation to persevere through ups and downs. It's very important. क्योंकि प्रोग्रेस जो होती है इस एग्जाम में वो बहुत इंक्रीमेंटल होती है. आज एक आंसर लिखा, कल लिखा, परसों लिखा, ओवर 50 days व्हेन यू राइट यू स्टार्ट इंप्रूविंग. इंक्रीमेंटल प्रोग्रेस के लिए पेशेंस चाहिए बहुत ज्यादा. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स. नाउ दिस इज अगेन लीस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट, बट आई वुड फोकस अ लॉट ऑन इट because of my own experience. See, I told you that I have given 6 mains, and in the first 3 attempts I couldn't clear the mains. Then I started giving interviews in the later attempts. But whenever I remember, आखिरी के 3-4 अटेम्प्ट में मेरा क्लियर क्यों नहीं हुआ एग्जाम. वन मेजर रीजन वाज फिजिकल हेल्थ. स्ट्रेस इतना लिया था कि कभी मेंस के पहले डेंगू हो गया, कभी इंटरव्यू के पहले चिकनगुनिया हो गया, कभी एग्जाम के बीच में निमोनिया हो गया. So either during mains, rather every time during mains and interview, I was not physically fit. I had to pay a huge price. You should take this very seriously. दूसरी बात, you sit in the libraries every entire day. घर के कमरे में, हॉस्टल में, लाइब्रेरी में आप बैठे रहते हो दिन भर. इफ नॉट राइट नाउ, ओवर नेक्स्ट 2 years आप बैठोगे, विटामिन डी, विटामिन B12 बहुत कम हो जाता है. इट स्टार्ट्स अफेक्टिंग योर बोन्स, मसल्स, योर माइंड ऑल्सो. सो यू हैव टू एंश्योर कि आपका बैलेंस डाइट है. आप ज्यादा बैठते हो, बैक प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाते हैं आफ्टर 2 साल 3 साल. सो यू हैव टू मेंटेन फिजिकल हेल्थ विथ वेरी कॉन्शियस एफर्ट्स. लंबी रस का घोड़ा बनना है हमें, समझो. एंड mental health issues, these are now increasing day by day. At Level Up IAS, we have the free mental counseling services also through professionals. But for the aspirants only, not for non-aspirants, only for aspirants. But we have seen over last 2 years issues क्या क्या आते हैं. Sleep hygiene issues, stress management. You have issues with relationship. You don't know how to handle failure. Sometimes substance abuse. You have peer pressure, social comparison, etc. Anxiety. अब ये सब इश्यूज बहुत कॉमन होते हैं. मे बी नॉट एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ ए प्रिपरेशन. आप शुरू में बहुत मोटिवेटेड होते हो, मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा. 1 year 2 year down the line, after first or second attempt, this really starts kicking in some cases. So you have to take care of mental health also. And there is nothing shameful about it. Approach the person who understands things, who can help you professionally. So physical health and mental health are very important. देन बैलेंस जजमेंट एंड पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट. ये एक बहुत कॉमन प्रॉब्लम है. जैसे आप पहली बार पॉलिटी पढ़ते हो, यू स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग ओपिनियंस, यू हैव जजमेंट्स. समटाइम्स सम ऑफ यू बिकम एक्टिविस्ट ऑल्सो. ये कैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज का इशू हो गया, दिस इज सोशल प्रॉब्लम, ये है वो. अब यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग चार्ज. डोंट बी. थोड़ा तटस्थ होके देखो, थोड़ा स्टॉइक होके देखो. हमें एग्जाम भी क्लियर करनी है. हम यहाँ पे कोई कॉज लेके नहीं आए हैं समाज चेंज करने का. एटलीस्ट इन दिस 1 or 2 years वी शुड बी प्रोफेशनल प्रिपरेशन पीपल. तो थोड़ा सा उस बहा में एक्टिविस्ट मत बनो. डोंट गेट पॉलिटिसाइज्ड. ऑल्सो डोंट गेट डीमोरलाइज्ड. ये पूजा खैटर प्रकरण हो गया है, सब करप्शन है, सब बिके हुए हैं जी. नहीं है. There are enough good people doing enough things properly with rules and getting selected. So my main point is, don't get politicized too much. Also don't get demoralized. Keep the balance with the exam. And finally, right mindset क्या है. यहाँ तो एक बहुत ही मैंने देखे, some people say exam is not for the full first timers. I have to give 2-3 attempts minimum. इतने बच्चे आते हैं, मैं क्या बताऊं. वो कहते हैं कि मेरा पहला सीरियस अटेम्प्ट 2022 का था. My first serious attempt was 2025. What is first serious attempt? मतलब पहले 1 या 2 अटेम्प्ट ऐसे दे दिए, टाइम पास कर दिए. डोंट वेस्ट द अटेम्प्ट्स. अटेम्प्ट की सैंक्टिटी होती है. प्रिपेयर फुल्ली. इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग, यू शुड प्रिपेयर फुल्ली एंड प्रॉपरली. Every attempt is very important. As age as you start aging, as the attempts go to the higher numbers, newer and newer challenges come. So don't waste attempts unnecessarily. So you have to understand कि आपको एक तो अटेम्प्ट सीरियसली देने हैं. दूसरा, आई हैव टू बी फुल टाइमर. यू डोंट हैव टू बी फुल टाइमर. प्लान बी इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. दैट गिव्स यू पीस ऑफ माइंड. तो यू कैन प्रिपेयर विथ योर अदर वर्क्स. यू कैन प्रिपेयर विथ कॉलेज ऑल्सो. कंसिस्टेंसी 4 hours फॉर 2 साल का टाइम अगर आपके पास है, तो यू कैन प्रिपेयर विथ अदर थिंग्स ऑल्सो. 1 साल में करना है तो मे बी यू हैव टू गिव फुल टाइम. 2 साल के लिए यू हैव प्रॉपर टाइम. So you don't have to be full timer also to clear the exam. But don't waste the attempts. That is my आखिरी point. And this is our course that is coming from 24th of November.